Hello, stand up paddle community, and welcome back. Hello, stand up paddle community, and welcome back. This is our third in a series called Sup Connect Live. And every Tuesday and Thursday, we are interviewing interesting people in the world of stand up paddling, and there are a lot of them. Today, it's 1 p.m. here in California, 4 p.m. East Coast, and we are going to Hawaii, where it is 10 a.m. Just a few things before we invite our guest in, Suzie Cooney. Super excited to be talking with her. There is a follow-up on Facebook that we would love you to join, SupConnect Live Discussions. So on behalf of SupConnect, let's get started. My name is Kristen Thomas. I'm lucky to be the host and excited to be doing this every Tuesday and Thursday. We will bring Suzie in and get. We're hoping we have good. Oh, hi, Seychelle. Hi, John. Allie. Great to have all of you.
There she is.
Aloha.
Aloha. The technology is always a question mark, but we're super excited to see your smiling face.
Oh, Kristen, thank you. It's if I disappear, I'll have to reconnect. It's just, we're out in the jungle. So,
John, who's on the line, knows we have a little technical difficulty. Not till the end, not if they're little like that, we're going to back in.
okay.
So you've been at this longer than anybody I've talked to so far. You really are an early adopter, so it's always fun to start with who are really OG paddling. And I thought, well,
Oh,
fitness book, but let's start with kind of that origin story.
Kristen, I'm only getting every other word, so I apologize.
I will talk slower.
Okay, okay. It's probably me. So I didn't catch the first question. I'm sorry.
Well, luckily we can hear you. That's how'd you get started?
How did I get? Oh, in SUP, I'm assuming. Well, it was just by happenstance, and in 2008, I was out at one of our local lineups, and somebody said, "Here, try this Laird board." In 2008, and I thought, God, that thing is weird, and look at that junky, big, heavy 20-pound paddle, and I thought it was pretty amazing. And what was, I've always been a prone surfer, and then now I'm so injured, I don't think I can't do it as much. And what I liked about the transition to SUP when I first tried is like I could see big sets coming, and being on your belly, looking up at the face of a wave versus, standing and getting prepared. I thought this could be something I could go bigger, in the sup surfing. And so then it caught on here on Maui when Laird was living here, and it was one day at Ho'okipa, which I'm looking at right now from my house, one of our big breaks. I can show you a little bit later.
Beautiful.
People were stopped on the side of the road, and it was Laird, a kiter, a windsurfer, and a surfer, all on the same wave. And it was like, oh, this is going to be good. And so I thought, that's pretty interesting. And then another year goes by, and I had a pretty bad accident where I broke both my legs. Don't advise it. And not from dirt biking, I wish, but longer story. Um, and stand-up paddling was literally my rehab. And I'm a true testimonial to that, and forever grateful. And here we are. Kristen, I didn't hear anything you said. I'm sorry.
And somebody is saying we don't have great support
Okay.
now.
Okay. I have, let me just check. I don't know how I can check.
Dirt biking. How does dirt?
Oh, yeah. That's my first love. Oh, yeah. Anything with wheels and an engine, I'm on it. So, yeah, I used to ride the track here pretty hard and was sponsored when I was 15. Did Hangtown a few times, which is a pretty big race in California, and one of my first loves. And then dirt became harder than water because when you crash, it really hurts and you get really messed up. Um, so I don't have any motorcycles anymore, and it makes me sad, but someday I will. I used to have quite a few. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
One though. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but
oh, I can now. Okay.
there are a number of people who come from dirt biking, and I think part of it is too many broken bones, even though they still love it. The water is uh, much more forgiving.
Right. Right.
A layer above that, not having to pop up surfing, for instance, wonderful
Right.
to them
Oh,
being,
yeah.
surfing who were pro surfers that uh, might not have, if they were younger, have thought that they could ever get out surf, who absolutely great, a big,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Well, when you did get into it, you went big. You had the largest stand-up paddle of the time, right?
Yeah. It was a community event, and it was to, I don't know, but when I think I shared with you, uh, when I was rehabbing, I was in two casts, pedaling on my bike, my spin bike, just crying, mad at the world. And, I didn't know what to do. And I thought, what am I going to do to show the world and inspire the world that you literally, physically, mentally, emotionally can stand again and be stronger? And so the event was called Stand Up for Women's Health and Fitness. And I did it with the Four Seasons, the entire community of stand up paddleboard shops and surf shops, and the lifeguards, the Navy SEALs, doctors, nurses. We, we had it covered because in January in Wailea, if anybody's been around, it's not too many big waves over there. It was double overhead. And we thought, some of these women have never paddled in their life. And we thought, we're going to do it. And so I had Anne-Marie Reichman, Tiffany Ward, as my escorts and women out there, and then we had hula dancers, inspirational speakers. The beach was covered with women in paddle boards. I mean, it was quite an event. But prior to that, I had done about probably 15 clinics locally in 2009, to spread the stoke of SUP, and we did full moon paddles. It was taking off, and I thought, well, let's see what we got going here. And then after that event, downwinding, I was not the pioneer in downwinding, but they've been doing it since 2005, 2004. Jeremy and Dave and Ralph Sifford, some of the local guys, and so it's nothing that was invented. It was been around for a while, and that became my niche.
Well, that is your niche, but it's not your only one. You've done a lot of different things. And I think soon after that big event, you became national team coach.
Yeah, gratefully, they put me through the test, boy, in my interview, racing down Maliko at a certain pace. And then, yeah, it was quite a team of incredible athletes and an inspiration to be around. And one of the only females at the time here on Maui as a sponsored athlete. And it was so much fun. I got to train Casper when he would come over. The whole Tahitian team, um, Mansa, Notar at the time, and we had a pretty good team. And we were kind of the pioneers in getting the downwind racing going here. And we had killer boards and equipment. They were very generous to me over 6 years, and really helped me with a lot of things in my career. It helped them too. And so I was grateful at the time. And yeah, sup surfing was my focus. I'm not very good at grinding out flat water because we don't really have that here. So I would pass on those events and just focus on the downwinding.
It's interesting that a lot of people are getting to the niche. Now, I don't know if you can hear me. People are having trouble hearing me, but
A little
that's okay.
bit. Yeah.
If you
I'm
want to hear me
sorry.
way, not your fault.
Okay.
Don't know how to fix it.
Okay.
You book. You were one of the first to come out with a book.
I have it right here. It's massive. It weighs about 4 pounds, and you can curl it. I've written over 400 articles before the book came out on stand-up paddling for various magazines and publications, and I thought I got to put this out, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I had a great editor, and yeah, it's also available on your iPad. You can get the download. It's very elegant, very easy to read and take to the gym. And I've seen these books have been out since 2015, and they're pretty earmarked. And there's over 400 pictures and 11 chapters. And I think what's really come to mind for myself and part of my training is, mental training. And so I want to share with the viewers, Kristen, if I may, that the first 3 people that will direct message me after this interview, hopefully they can hear it, they will get a little plaque like this.
Cool.
Which is my mantra, hashtag the mind wins first. And no matter you're grinding out a channel crossing or a technical race or a flat water event, you got to put your mind first, because if your mind is weak, you're not going to do very well.
I think you have a comment box at the bottom.
Oh, I do. Okay.
You could type in where you would like them to message you.
Oh, just at Suzie Cooney. Yeah, I don't want to mess it up if I touch it.
Maui. It's just Suzie Cooney on Instagram, right?
Well, it's Suzie_Cooney. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that I'll be happy to. U.S. only, though. Sorry, guys. Internationals, I don't know if it would make it at this time, unfortunately.
That's wonderful. That mantra, and it's so important to have to do that on all levels. So let's talk a little bit about, fitness training, coaching, on water, and off water.
Oh, Kristen, I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Just about your training.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, awesome. Well, I do a lot. Again, with my niche being downwinding, and this is the ultimate goal. It's like the Tour de France 10-mile stretch. I'm looking at it right now, of open ocean surfing, and that's really what I like to focus on. So I'll train people, and I've been training people on Skype for over 11 years. So it's a proven method that I don't share a whole lot about, because I do give a lot already. And it's a way for me to help coach people and prepare them for their ultimate life adventure when they come to Maui. And it's so rewarding to see them just fly and surf big mountains. And that's kind of what I like to focus on. I also have the occasional person that wants to come and refine their paddling skills. I'm not a flat water specialist, but I'm a body specialist, and I can see functionally where you need to be stronger to get the maximum amount of strength and power out of your stroke. So I think I'm pretty good about that. And so they'll come. If they're not into surfing, that's fine. I can just chase them around. I do video analysis while they're here, and then we really get a lot accomplished. And so they don't have to be a surfer when they come train with me on Maui.
That's fantastic. I don't think people can hear me. Clients that are kids that are now adults.
I have a very special person that I train, Bobo Gallagher. He will be 11, going on 40 this April. Hi, Bobo, if you're out there. And he's a real special joy in my life, and he is touted to be kind of the next Kai Lenny Waterman. We can't get him off the water. He's action packed. He is by day surfing, by noon winging, and he's kite surfing now, which he loves. And that kid has no fear. He's got a really big heart. And I can't say enough about how much I care about Bobo and having a great opportunity to mentor him.
That's really special. Laura Clayton.
Oh boy. Yeah. Laura. Hey, Laura. What a year it's been, right? We've had all of these events cancel. And she's been training very hard for this season 2020. And again, an amazing woman, heart focused, always willing to help people. She charges some serious waves here on Maui, and she really is a delight and so organized, so well prepared. I couldn't ask for a better athlete to train, because she's so willing to learn. She does the work, and along the way she tries to help other people, and I really like that about her. And I know that in this time period where everything's on hold, the M2O, the Santa Cruz little race that was canceled. I mean, all these big and little events. She really shines, and she shines for the right reason, not only as an athlete, but as a person. And that's my reward, to get to see her grow as a fine young woman and an athlete. And there's many more I've trained in the past. Some of the big wave surfers, Jamie Sterling, Buzzy Kerbox, Cody Kerbox. They all bring to me different challenges that I like to help them expand their knowledge on and their skill. So I'm just so grateful that people have put their trust in me, Kristen, for all these years.
So you mentioned Maliko Run, but it's more than just a place and a 10-mile stretch. It is also your brand.
Oh, hello. I don't know if you can see my design, one of my designs. This is a downwind girl paddling Maliko. And on MalikoRun.com, I was grateful enough to receive this domain name from a very special person, and kind of blew it up in surf ski, canoe, one man, stand up, and now foiling. It's just a brand that shares the sacredness and the passion of Maliko. And it's just a way to express your stoke that, you want to do it. You can wear your pride. You can wear Maliko. Share the stoke with your friends. And they're all custom made, so they're one-offs. So I don't keep any inventory on Maui. It's just, I don't have that time. But yeah, check out MalikoRun.com. And it's a project that is huge, and it's worldwide. It ships. I have so many customers in Australia, because a lot of Aussies come here and do Maliko. So check that out when you can. So that's another passion of mine, is to keep that business going too.
You do a lot. What are some of your favorite?
I'm sorry. Oh, Kristen, I didn't catch that. I don't know what to say to that.
Can't hear
I'm so
me. Can you
sorry.
see it? Favorite stuff
Oh, a
adventure?
favorite sup adventure that I offer, or that I've done, or
Both.
about both? Okay. Well, I've done quite a few group stuff where people come to Maui, and we just cater them with a lot of aloha, a lot of love, and really make them feel a part of our ohana, from land to the ocean. So we'll focus on usually downwinding, training for that. And some of the magazines have hosted pretty incredible events oh, can you hear me? Sorry, Kristen. Good. Okay. So that's been always fun to look forward to. A lot of other adventures I've gone on is in Costa Rica and San Francisco Bay. I've hosted downwind clinics, but nothing compares to Maui, I have to say. It's just, as we say, Maui is no ko'oi. It is the best, and it offers so much in stand-up paddling.
You've also, I don't know if you can hear me, talked about
I
how
can.
special it is, the culture, the gulch itself. So maybe speak a little bit just to what is so special.
I would love to, and I really want to. We're getting this big rain squall come in. So Maliko Gulch is just northeast of Ho'okipa, one of the biggest spots here on the North Shore for big wave surfing. And right now it's breaking at about 15 feet. So coming out of the gulch would be exciting. So Maliko Gulch, actually the meaning of it means a new beginning of life, a new bud of beginning. And in that gulch, there used to be 900 people that lived in there before the tsunami in 1946, and April 1st, April Fool's Day, that entire gulch filled with water. People lost their lives. And there used to be a church right where we paddle out, and I have a picture of that I can't really release. And there was actually land where we paddle, and there was a church, and ships would come in, and they would trade taro and pineapple and cane sugar. So I always really ask people to tread lightly, tread with respect and aloha, and be very mindful that you are in a very sacred place.
Wow, I did not know that story. Definitely a sacred place.
Yes.
And I hope to come and visit. We have, again, done, we have a vacation finally
Oh,
to
awesome,
Mount.
Kristen. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't wait to take you out. It'll be fun. You'll be my special guest. We'll do it.
really hope to do that. As we're talking about Maui and Hawaii, of course, right now there's a lot of different things going on in terms of access to water
Yeah.
about things. I think very understandably there's concern in Hawaii being a small island and a place that has a lot of travelers and tourists and people going through it from, Asia and the United States. That it's not a time to come visit right now. How you who live there and are staying local get on the water?
Yes, and we are so protective of our community here. We're only 140,000 people, and we love to have our visitors. We love to welcome them with aloha when the time is right. So we don't know how there are some sneaking in and hiding out, and we hope that they're being mindful and doing the self quarantine. It's a little sketchy. We are so fortunate that we are able to. We have checkpoints, random checkpoints all over the island. So I've got my board in my car at all times, and we're allowed to surf. But the saying here is surf and go. Get on the water, be respectful, and be mindful of your space. And for the most part, people are being pretty cool. It's the few that just always tend to ruin it for others. But we've got drones now that come on the beach that announce to some people that are not adhering, and we just don't want them to blow it for us because the waters are therapy. It's all we have right now. And if you take us out of the water, that's like taking a fish out of the ocean. We just won't do very well.
Yeah. Well, I know some of our listeners aren't able to, and there's different reasons in different places. I live in a very densely populated place. They closed beaches.
Right.
People were congregating. So if you have
Yeah.
access,
Yeah.
you can get to water, but getting access, parking lots are closed, and other places where people
Right.
congregate. So
Right.
it's challenging. The part that I find the most challenging is just that it is each geography is so different. It's not we're not united on that. It's not even state to state. Sometimes it's city to city, county to county, and we have a county
Right.
beach inside our that had different rules.
Oh, it's complicated. Like speaking to that, Kristen, I've opted not to do Maliko because if I get in trouble, I don't want to call in a resource. Let's say I get a shark attack or I get into trouble. And even though I have all the equipment to really survive the best I can, but stuff happens, I would feel ashamed and embarrassed to have to call one of our resources that could be used better somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that's a really
So,
good.
but it's really good right now, and I really want to go. But
Oh, that always the way. Yeah,
yeah,
and I mean, I think of Hawaiian weather as always being lovely. It looks like you have a tropical breeze blowing through your hair.
yeah. I'm. It's
Yeah,
We have strange weather though. We had snow twice this year on the crater, so things are affecting us. The water's cold. I mean, I know you're going to roll your eyes, everybody, but I'm freezing. I'm in a 2 mil top. That's cold. You know,
yeah.
cry for
When we
me, but no.
a lot more rain than usual in California, which is somewhat of a blessing because at a time when we need to stay inside. But the last 2 days have started to really feel very much
Oh, fun.
like, yeah, it's fun, but I also hope people don't go too crazy with the, you know, getting out in crowds. Still
Right.
avoiding.
Well, the beauty of downwinding is you're going so fast, you can't, you just catch a wave and you go. You're not paddling close to each other. You're pretty spread out, you know. So, and that's another thing too, is that when people do want to come to Maui and learn how to do Maliko, I just do one-on-ones. I don't do groups, unless I have a jet ski escort, just because too much can happen, and I need to, keep my eyes on my one person. So it's important that if you do come out to venture Maliko, that you get a qualified guide, myself or Jeremy Riggs or Dave Kalama. It's important that you do it safely, and come when the time's appropriate. So, we're going into our season pretty soon. We have a couple more major north swells coming, and after that, we should be getting ready to fly down Maliko through September.
Yeah. Have they, well, we talked a little bit about, sadly, one of the events I never got to that I would like to go to was the Olokai, but
Oh, I
we're
know.
have other July downwinding events. Are they postponed? Are they kind of
You
holding?
know, Kristen, I wish I had the answer for you. I know maybe the M2M hosted by Claire, that crossing may still go. So I can't confirm just yet, but that one would be fun. From Maui to Molokai, it's a fantastic event, and it's a charity event for the kids of Molokai, and it's a really well organized crossing. You do need an escort. I think they are requiring escort boats now. Before they didn't, but too many people got in trouble, and so I'm hoping that goes. I know M2O has been canceled, and but we're here. We can come do, if you do a double Maliko, that's about 20 miles. So that's a good challenge. You can still
Yeah,
train. You can always train.
yeah. Can you see the comments? Bobo is saying hi.
No, I can't. I'm so sorry. I don't see.
Hello from
Uh,
Bobo.
oh,
You were saying
Bobo! Thank
you're
you. Oh, I love Bobo. I love you, kid. We, he's quite the musician. So we love jamming together and playing music. And, um, so it's just hard to get him off the water. Hard to get.
to have those other things to do too. So,
Yeah, but it's
I
important.
would do at places where you are there coaching. So you mentioned some of your stuff adventures, but in terms of coaching, when you were with Nash or with Bobo, like I've seen you at the Gorge, like
Yeah.
Battle the Paddle, the paddle
Yep.
games,
Yeah.
play at M2O. Where has travel taken you in terms of being a coach?
Well, it's taken me, like I mentioned, to Costa Rica. I've enjoyed coming back to my stomping grounds of the Bay Area, out at Crissy Field, doing some downwinders with people out there. Very different than Maui. And yeah, the gorge used to be my backyard for windsurfing. And so it's a different type of downwind paddling. It's so different, but it's cool and it's beautiful, and the people are just awesome. Other islands here. So it's, I'm just fortunate. Haven't been to the East Coast. It's hard for me to, I mean, Florida a couple times, but it's just so far to go, and it's so hard to leave Maui. I mean, you got to pay, no, it's hard.
Living
Fair
hard.
question though.
Yeah. So windsurfing you mentioned. So what you
Mm-hmm.
have, I love dirt biking, but
Mm-hmm.
windsurfing or water sports, what's your water background?
Oh, thanks, Kristen. Yeah, windsurfing brought me to Maui in '98. And I windsurfed on the mainland, used to coach and teach back then before I got into orthopedics. And so Maui was always in the background. And I had friends moving in droves. It's like, oh, there goes another one. Oh, another. And so it was just a matter of life timing. And when I came here, I did 3 sports a day: dirt bike, surf, and windsurf. And at that time in my life, I was able to take a couple of years off, and it was, I really banged up my body good, but it was worth it. And so yeah, windsurfing, this is the epicenter of so many great water sports. So I never got into kiting, but windsurfing, I loved the speed, the camaraderie, like stand-up paddling. We've got a great community, and windsurfing offered that for me, and the jumping and the coast runs, and very similar to downwinding without a sail. So,
Back to your training and coaching, one thing you really didn't mention that you maybe take for granted, I video. You do a lot of great video work. And I think your orthopedic background, I know you have really specific ones that have been so helpful on the
oh, thank
so
you. I appreciate that, Kristen. Yeah, it's hard being a one-woman show. I don't have a big film crew. I don't, I when I feel like I'm in the moment, You know, I do have a lot of videos on my website at susietrainsmaui.com. So please feel free to peruse those and learn from those. Yeah, I'm very technically oriented. People ask me what kind of training I offer. And if I could just make it very simple, you know, I want you to perform your best functionally so you can be explosively powerful in any stand-up paddling event that you do, flat water to surfing, to channel crossings, to downwinding. And that's where I can really fine tune a person, even from somebody in Connecticut to Maui. And the key is to find your power. And not one stroke is correct for all. You know, you might have your own stroke, Kristen, where you have to modify from either an injury or whatever, because you can't, not everybody can dig so hard. Not everybody can surf that well. You know, you have to customize your stroke. And I think I'm pretty good at that and helping people find their real power. And there's a lot of ways to do it, and I love it. Every day I love it. And I learn every day from my clients. I learn so much, and I'm so grateful that I can give people a comfortable space to their sport professionally, for some, for the weekend warriors, you know, and for those just getting into the sport. Some people are still discovering stand-up paddling, and it's awesome.
They are. It is still aspirational, and I know
Mm-hmm.
SupConnect has a huge that don't necessarily race or haven't been to destinations. So we're hoping this helps them see some, get excited about opportunities that they might take in directions they might go, because it really is such a wonderful versus watercraft. So
Right.
one with the family for now, but
Oh,
maybe they do want to do something that you've talked about. And I love your attitude about training. It's really spot on. Both the mental part, thank you for sharing class. You probably already have
oh,
say
I hope so.
you're
Yeah.
giving a class with mind, wind,
Oh,
earth.
I'll show it again. Yep. This is cute, huh?
It is.
Yep, it's inspiring, and it inspires me. Sometimes I really have to take this and I got to put it like right here. And like yesterday, I didn't have a great training day. I couldn't get motivated. I felt a little bit flat, you know, this whole thing of being locked inside. And even though we're in paradise, you know, we're trying to do our part. And I just feel for others who might be not able to get on the water, and you just got to keep your body moving. And I did my day half-assed, and I was pretty bummed about it, but I did what I could do. I got on the bike, but I was halfway on the bike. I wasn't really there. And I did a walk. I did my weights, you know, and I couldn't surf. I didn't have time, but I just did what I could do.
A comment did roll by that you kicked somebody's butt an hour ago. Your client.
Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, she's awesome athlete. She's transformed. She's in the Redmond, Washington area. Hi, Sharon. And she and her husband are quite the athletes. Their living room is their gym. Yeah, there's no couch. There's the beautiful fireplace, all the pictures, treadmill, bike, weights. It's awesome. Indo board gear.
Yeah. Well, a lot of us who have never home gyms have needed to turn it into, because there's a lot of great stuff out there. If
Yeah,
you haven't done it, this is the time to do it. So it's actually an
right.
excellent time to
It's
train
hard
with
to get
you.
gear though. Here, everybody's selling out, you know. And but I do know the company I've worked with for 10 years, Indoboard, they're cranking it out, and it's fun. And people need to get on the balance program because you need to stimulate your mind to stimulate other muscles that you're not used to training, and that extends to all disciplines of stand-up paddling. Every single, even if you're flat water, you still have to have good balance.
Excellent advice. Excellent.
Hmm.
Yeah. Right. I'm not on one now, or I'd be doing this.
Oh,
Like one, even when I'm doing computer work sometimes, because it is
oh, good for
balance.
you. Yeah. You know, I don't use the roller so much. I use the cushions. And I get really creative on that. I've come up with a couple crazy things. And I just keep, like at night, I think of how can I torture this person the next day? You know, not really, but sort of, you know. I mean, it's fun, you know. And then they teach me and we make up stuff all the time.
Yeah. Well, from your Ohana of surfing, the bigger Ohana of stand-up paddling, and the Ohana of Maui, thank you so much for sharing. just a couple reminders that we do have a follow-up Facebook group. Links to all the different things we talked about, like window board and that type of pictures from things. Her website has great pictures, and of course, the book does too.
Oh,
Yeah. Our next
thank you, Kristen.
Tuesday, we're going to be talking to Lauren Timbakuru. I think I got closer, but I think she's married now. I originally knew her as Lauren Peterson, but she's, all things sup yoga, which some people maybe haven't tried or haven't thought about, but it really is amazing. It's a big world out there, the whole sup yoga world. So that's next Tuesday. And
Oh, cool.
be connected with. We hope you'll join us next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Hawaiian time, and that's 4 p.m. on the East Coast. If you have questions ever for, again, follow-up group, good way to follow up. This should be, although we did great, but we're hoping this will be 24 hours on SubConnect live feed. Then it will be saved and be a YouTube video. One of your friends watch, or you tell somebody about it. We apologize. I don't know if you can hear me better now.
A little bit.
Not sure what's up. I heard your stories, so they got recorded, and that's the. So thank you again so much for being with us.
Thank you,
Suzie.
Kristen. Thank you for SupConnect family. Love you guys. Take care. Aloha.
Aloha.
Bye-bye.